Hey, what's going on? It's AC from the AC Show. I wanted to talk to you today just about comics, and in particular, old comics. In fact, comics that were made before you were born or the year that you were born. Well, as you know, I'm a big Aliens fan, and I've been focusing on, with my YouTube channel, um, the game Isolation, and the new Dead Orbit series has been going on. When I was at my local shop, they were having a big sale, so I went in and I was looking at the Alien section because they have in the backlog a little section from old comics, and I found something that I wanted to show you. Now, this is what looks to be the original Dark Horse Comics run of Aliens. Look at this awesome front cover. Look at even the it says here published in 1988, 20th Century Fox. So it must have come out maybe a decade after the movies, and this is issue 1 of 6, and they even had number 5 of 6, which is also, look at this pretty awesome cover. So in fact, this is so early in the years of Dark Horse in general that they had some artists here. Let's see if I can find the artist. This is released in July of 1988. It's in black and white because they didn't have the money or the time for coloring. And script is from Mark Verheiden. The art is Mark A. Nelson, and lettering is Willie Schubert. I don't know these people, but I'd love to get to figure out who they are. And the story starts out with this kind of Halloween campfire story, and the original character, Newt, from the second film is in it. So it just picks up kind of like on its own thing, and I want to show you some of the cooler artwork. But this is just great penciling work, and you can even see some of the computerized cross-hatching, and it's really neat. It's just like being pulled into a decade. I mean, you can even just by the smell. The smell of the comic is different just because of how it's aged. So here's another page right here. Looks really neat. You can just see a ton of action is going on, a lot for your eye to look at, and that's what's different about comic books, what it seems like today from before. Just look at the amount of detail that's on the soldiers and all that kind of stuff in the background. So it's pretty. Here's a great picture of a spaceship that they're traveling in. Look at that. That's pretty awesome. The Coast Guard, the Dutton Coast Guard, and the Junket. Look at the galaxy and the planet behind him. Really awesome stuff. And I haven't gotten a chance to read the whole issue yet, but I want to collect 1 through 6. I got 1 and 5 now, so I have to try to get the others if I can. Here's the first time you see the alien on page 11. That's awesome. So it is, I was just drawing the alien for fun at work. I was just doodling around, and I was just kind of like copying with the front cover here. Really great. If you want to get into coloring and all that, and penciling, and try to like do shapes, forms, and gestures and all that, there's not a better way to do it than probably to buy a comic and trace and just work on some of these. Here's another really cool page here. So my biggest just recommendation really is the comic book store that you go to probably most definitely has a backlog section, and I for the most part have avoided them. I've avoided them because, you know, it's just all old stuff, and you don't really feel connected to these old stories because, you know, you don't know what they're about or anything like that. What I would recommend doing is, in my personal experience, what I've started doing is just, hey, find a series that you like. Like, I love the Aliens. I don't know why. I just love them. I think it's so cool. And if you just start buying that material, when you continue to grow your repertoire, and you get to see how this his franchise has been maintained throughout time, and then you can show your friends like you are just watching this video right here. So I think it's pretty neat. Try to show you one more here. This is pretty ferocious here. Pretty neat. And the other really cool thing when you're buying these older issues is that you get to see how comics have changed over time. And what I mean is that there's just no ads in this comic book at all until the last couple pages. Look at this old ad here for Dark Horse Comics. And you have just these strange heroes that you've never heard of. Concrete, Mask, the Flaming Carrot. Who are these people? So obviously they didn't survive for us to know about today, but it's pretty cool. And then when you're going through here, oh yeah, look at this. This is pretty neat. More, just more decent, Dark Horse comic things. So I think it's pretty neat. When you get to purchasing these older comics, you get to see old video games, ads, and other material that are just, it's so hilarious. Like here, look at this. This is pretty cool too. Godzilla, the back cover. So there you go. That's all I have for you for today. If you are interested in comics and you want to save a little money, see a little bit of history, find a series that you might like, and then collect it. That's half the fun of collecting. I only have issues 1 through 5. I didn't get all 6. But you know what? That's okay, because part of the fun is the hunting and finding the older issues, the back issues. Back issues are a lot of fun. You can go on Amazon or probably eBay might be the best place. And there's also Comixology and other comic distributor websites. So you can find it if you look. So don't kid yourself into thinking that, well, they only have issues 3 and 5 and 8 at my store, so there's no reason to get into it. No, that's okay. You don't just go online. You know, we live in a wonderful world where the internet can almost solve almost every issue in your life. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you with you again soon. Thanks.